Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now today I've got another commuter scooter. This one is from Lunar Scooters. These guys have 4 models to choose from. The one I'll be reviewing today is called the Lunar Nova. It's one of their latest models for 2021, so pretty excited to see what it can do. If you like what you see and want to pick this up, Lunar is offering $50 off for this model. I've got the link and coupon code in the description if you want to check it out. So let's start the review off by talking about the 8.5-inch tires, because they are the deal breaker between a smooth or a rough ride. Now shocks do help, which I'll get to later, but tires, especially air-filled tires, can make or break a scooter. The Nova has a mix of both, air-filled for the front and solid for the rear. I assume they designed it that way to protect the hub motor in the rear wheel, so I get it. You gotta preserve the most vital part of the scooter, but the ride does feel a little different than I'm used to. The front of the scooter is nice and smooth when hitting sidewalk lines or any bump on the trail, but as the back end hits the same bump, it's a different story. It's like I'm riding 2 different scooters, and really demonstrates the difference between air and solid tires. So as far as a smooth ride, it's much better than any rental scooter in the city, or most scooters I've tried for around the $800 price tag. Now shocks do help with a smooth and comfortable ride, but it really depends on how big the bumps are. For small bumps like I just mentioned, the dual spring shocks in the rear and a single shock in the front don't have that much of an effect. They seem to do better with bigger impacts. The landing coming off a 6 to 8 inch curb is just smooth, probably one of the smoothest I've felt. Some scooters really don't like it when I do this sort of thing. They start to rattle or shake a bit after a few times. The Nova doesn't. I've jumped off over 30 curbs and have had no issues. This is a commuter scooter that feels a little off-roadish. The 40-pound aluminum alloy frame is also light enough to easily pop the scooter up if you know you want to skip over a rock or a hole on the trail. The Nova is the first scooter I've seen with a bent-up fender in the rear. Now there is a method to the madness. The design folds up nice and tight, so if you're looking to bring this into work, it won't take that much space in the office. Now getting to work might be a little more fun than you're used to, especially if you've been using city commuter scooters that get up around 17 miles per hour. The lighter you are, the better it does for hills. It's rated up to a 25% slope. It's slow, but it gets the job done. Coming down the hill, I hit the front and rear drum brakes, which stopped me in a quick hurry, but aren't the smoothest I've ever felt, especially in the rear brake. The softer you squeeze the lever, the better. They are a little touchy, but to make up for that, the side tube lighting does come on when either lever is pressed. The Nova is the 6th scooter I've reviewed with a finger throttle. The more I use these types of throttles, the more I like them. Every thumb throttle I've used, after a few miles, my thumb starts to go numb. I haven't felt that with the finger ones, even on long rides. And speaking of long rides, the Nova is rated up to 25 miles. Again, that is based on a 150-pound rider on flat terrain. Now I was impressed with the consistency in power. I was hitting low 20s on the last battery bar. The speed only started to die off the final 7 to 8 minutes. Now you'll probably recognize the LCD screen. It is very similar to the one from my previous review, except this is a little more difficult to see in the sun, but the display is the same, showing speed, speed mode, and battery life. Pressing the mode button will shift between ride time, trip odometer, and total odometer. In the menu, there are 10 options where you can change from kilometers to miles, set the scooter to 0 start or kickstart, turn cruise control on or off, set the acceleration to a soft or hard start, limit the power output to lower the top speed, and turn on the electronic brakes from levels 0 to 2. The Lunar Nova has some pretty cool lights for some night riding. I was a huge fan of the red tone. It just looks cool and caught a lot of people's eyes cruising around at night. They say it can handle water splashing from every side and can be used as a regular kick scooter if the battery ever dies, which takes 5 hours to recharge. The Nova also comes with a bell, free shipping in the US, and will soon be equipped with a seat option. Overall, I thought the Nova performed pretty well. My favorite feature was the build quality. It just feels solid. You hop on this thing and have instant trust and confidence. Most scooters take a bit to adjust and get used to, the Nova doesn't, and for that reason I give it a thumbs up and recommend it. The 600-watt brushless motor powered by a 48-volt lithium battery can take you up to a top speed of 28 miles per hour. Now that is based on a 150-pound rider. Now if you want to pick this up, don't forget about the $50 off. I've got the link and code in the description.